watching The Morning Mayhem with Taylor and
Mike Ellison. How are you this morning?
I'm so good.
Good,
How are you?
good. I'm great.
You survived the strong winds.
Oh, let me tell you what happened to me. First thing this morning, I come down the driveway and I start to go. I have to go to the left to leave. It's kind of a one-way street or county road. And there's one of our trees about 35 feet across the road.
Aw, man.
Snapped off at the base. Had no idea it was even weak. It looked like it was a good tree.
Yeah.
So there I am.
It was a
I
good
didn't even
tree.
look to
The
see what I
winds were
looked
just
like.
Stronger.
Fortunately, I had my
guess.
gloves in the truck, so I got them out and drug that thing out of the road. So at least my neighbors
Oh.
won't get stopped or have to do something about the tree.
What
But
a good
I know. How about
civilian.
that?
So you had an early morning workout.
how about that? That's exactly what I thought.
For you.
know,
Well, I
wasn't quite ready for it, but it came.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's right.
I went out there this morning and forgot that it had been raining all night, even though I heard it all night, and stepped in a big old water puddle.
Boosh. So you got your feet all wet.
Love that. Yeah.
Got your feet wet. Literally
I
got your
did.
feet wet.
I got
Like
my
the old
feet wet
saying.
in it. Yeah.
Hadn't gotten your feet wet yet,
But-
but you did.
I'm glad though that the weather didn't get bad because I only woke up once and forgot that it was supposed to get bad. I was like, "What is that?" Then I realized it was the rain. If it
Yeah.
had gotten bad, that probably wouldn't have been great for us.
Yeah,
because we both were snoozing.
What was it? About 2 inches of rain last night. So it's pretty good. Pretty good night. I'm sure we can use every drop.
I know.
There's a man up there that knows exactly what to do with each one of them. But at the same time, it was didn't wake me a bit. I woke up at like 4:30, ready to go.
Yeah.
So ready or not, here it comes.
I woke up at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is that it for you then? That's pretty much it
What?
as far as sleep? Is that it? So
Yeah.
you're up.
I'm up for the day.
So you get up and start your day already, or you just
Yeah.
okay?
I got
Yeah.
up, cleaned my living room because my mom was going to my house to keep decent.
Okay.
So
You want to look nice for her. That's
yeah,
good.
nice-ish.
Yeah, better.
I need to
Relative-
text her.
a
If she's
relative
watching,
nice.
I need to let her know don't go in the rest of the house. Stay in the
Okay,
living
that's
room.
right. Don't especially
This
do not
is
open the closet
terrible.
doors.
This is terrible, and Baden may have something to add to this since he's the toilet paper king. I had to text my mom this morning and ask her to bring a roll of toilet paper when she came because we're completely out. How did I run completely out of toilet paper in 2 bathrooms?
I don't. Let me think. I don't know. You didn't buy enough.
I guess
Yeah,
not. I
yeah.
don't know.
We're a Sam's Club family, so
Really?
every month or so we run there and grab another, 120 rolls or whatever's in
See,
that
I
giant thing we buy.
I don't have anywhere to put 120 rolls of toilet paper. I need to
Just
go get
stack
me
it
the
up,
Charmin.
It looks
the
good
big
in the
roll
corner.
like we have.
Did you
Use
hear
it
me?
as decor.
I said it looks good in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh.
But
But
the
it
bad
is-
weather has moved out, and
Yes.
now it's fixing to get cold again.
I
That false
know.
spring that we were talking about Tuesday.
Yes, it was. That
Is
Indian
over.
summer we talked about. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly right. It just came quicker than we realized.
I'm so sad. They said it's supposed to freeze again. I believe Thursday, maybe. No, next Tuesday.
Well, what is the low you show? I saw 31 on my phone app.
It's saying Tuesday morning. It's expected to be in the upper 20s to lower 30s.
Okay, so that would be probably the one I saw.
Yep. Several
But,
hours near or below freezing could damage blooming and tender plants.
Yeah, like peach trees.
I know, because they're already blooming.
I know they are. I've been working on them. Yeah, exactly. I would just hope and pray that it's not long enough to damage them.
I know, I hope not.
They do need some cold weather still. I mean, this is not. They don't need it to say 79, every day, but high 20s. That might be pushing it.
I think so.
They might be taking some drastic, measures to try to protect them.
Yeah.
They set
Get out the
fires.
helicopters.
Exactly, and the helicopters, and it's supposed to keep the heat. I mean, man,
I know it.
that's not exactly desperate, but it's pretty close to it.
I know. Hopefully it don't get as cold as I think it's
I
going
know,
to.
that's
but
right,
it has been
exactly.
unusually warm, so maybe they do need some cold hours. Just not that cold.
Right, just not quite that cold, I think.
Yeah. But we're going to say thank you to our sponsors this morning. We are live in the Clayton Tractor Studio. Thank you to Chilton Mobile Home Supply, Central Alabama Wellness, Coca-Cola. Woo!
All right, I got it in there.
It's like a party every morning.
I know, exactly.
The Chilton Chamber, Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Putter Up, Woods Surfside Marina. I got tongue-tied on that one. Market 22, This and That Vinyl, and Workout Anytime.
Thank you, our sponsors, very much.
Yes, thank y'all so much. So, speaking of early mornings, snooze or no snooze?
I don't know. I know this is very important. Do you hit it or do you wake up immediately?
I do not. Well, if I wake up immediately, I have to get up. Because like today I woke up at 3. If I would have went back to sleep, I would have been late. Even though I set 20 alarms in the morning. So I snooze, but if I wake up before the alarm, I get up.
You do?
Yeah.
You just cut the
I have
alarm
to.
off? Yeah.
Well, I leave them on, and then I forget where I put my phone throughout the house. And so I'll hear it. It'll start going off. And I try to run and turn it off before it wakes somebody up.
Well, you would think as many times I've knocked over my glass of water next to my clock when I'm reaching for the snooze that I wouldn't do that anymore. Because as soon as that water goes everywhere, it's like, okay, it's time to get up.
Yeah.
Got to dry off the furniture.
Is it intentional?
No.
You give yourself a reason to have to get up?
No, I don't. But I tend to, I don't know, wake up 3 o'clock, and then about 15 minutes before my alarm goes off, that's when I can go back to sleep.
Aw.
And that's no fun. So
But you don't ever sleep?
I'm gonna go rest for a while, and then I'll be back at the 7:45. Wake me up at 7:45.
We will, just in time for the guests.
Just in time for our guests. That's right. We have guests today.
Yes.
Coming from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Couple missionaries came by late yesterday after our show was over.
I know. I didn't believe you.
And
I did not believe y'all at all.
I know you thought, well, with Baden, how do you not? You realize, that every other thing could be,
I know. Now I'm the one
joke.
that has to stay on my toes because he has to have somebody to joke on.
Oh, that's right. And it's not going to be me. I told him I wasn't going to put
No.
up with that stuff. No, I'm kidding. But we do have a couple of guys coming by, and they'll be here at 8 o'clock. And so
Yeah.
we'll talk to them sometime in the second hour of the show.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm excited.
So did you see the basketball score? Oh, wait a minute. We were talking snooze and snooze. We didn't really finish that.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear from our listeners and our people watching.
Yeah.
If you, do you hit the snooze or do you not hit the snooze?
Yes. Snooze or no snooze? Let us know. Mike Baker said, sounded good. Good morning. That was a good one.
Oh, that was.
That Papa Top was very good. Good morning, Mr. Mike.
I'm very experienced in that.
See, I'm not. I normally get the bottles. So
It makes a totally different sound.
Yeah.
At our my daughter's wedding, we had Coca-Colas in the bottle.
Yeah.
And Dr. Pepper's in the bottle. And so I was making sure, since it was, on our dime, I was making sure everybody understood the rule was that there was a three pop maximum. You can only drink 3. And then after that.
Hey, that's being generous, though.
Well, yeah,
That's
I figured.
pretty generous, yeah.
I don't want anybody drinking and driving. They have too many Dr. Peppers,
That's right.
You ever seen that movie, Forrest Gump? You know how he reacts when he drinks 15 of them.
I know. But we're about to get a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about basketball. And
we
an
got some
iconic
basketball happened
breakfast
yesterday.
food.
Ooh, I
So-
like breakfast foods.
I do too. Stay tuned. You're watching Piper Peach Morning Mayhem.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs, all conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mayhem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mayhem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem. If you're just waking up, thank you for joining us.
That's right. That's right.
We have been up.
We're
I feel like
just
I've been
waking
up for
up.
decades already.
Yeah, we're just waking up.
TNT Peanuts is on. Good morning,
All
TNT
right.
Peanuts.
Good morning.
Have you ever visited them?
I haven't. I love
either.
peanuts and nuts in general.
Baden told them they could come set up here, so they need to come set up so we can get some peanuts.
I know. I particularly like the boiled peanuts.
Yeah, me too.
I love. I used to work for this company out of Des Moines, Iowa, and I would have people come down and visit me every so often. And I would make sure whenever they were down that we stopped and got some boiled peanuts.
Yeah, that was one of the questions. I was trying to think of questions for the guests, and that was one of the ones that it suggested. Was
Had you
they
tried
ever-
them?
Yeah.
Had you
have
tried
they
them?
ever had boiled peanuts?
I remember watching this guy, was my boss, and we stopped. I made sure we stopped. Taylor at the most out of the way, looked like the rundown. Maybe they're working out of the back of their truck, place. Just so he get the full flavor of Alabama and Mississippi. And so we pulled over, and I got out and got some peanuts, and he's like, "These are really soft." I'm like, "Yeah, they're really juicy." And he's like, "Juicy peanut?" And he couldn't comprehend. So he took one out and he looked at it. And have you ever seen what is the movie My Cousin Vinny when he's eating his first grit?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, he's from New York. He's from New York, and he's getting his first grit. He said, "What exactly is a grit?" But anyway, he takes just a little tiny
Did
bite.
you look at the peanut like I looked at you about the library the other day?
Yes, exactly. Oh no, you had to mention that. I'm probably going to start laughing again. It's kept me laughing for 3 days.
My dad, he was like, I didn't get to listen a lot. I was busy at work. But when I did get on, you had him horse laughing about something, and I could not understand what you were talking about.
Yes, you had to be here. But he took the peanut and he took like a half a bite of it and pronounced that he didn't like them. I thought that was really funny.
If you didn't grow up on them, that it would be a little bit of a different texture.
I don't know. I guess, but it's still delicious.
They are delicious.
Yeah, especially when they've been in the brine for like 6 straight days.
I know the little soft ones that you can just chew whole are my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's it. They're not made to be crunchy.
No, not at all.
No.
So tell us about basketball. I only had one score come up on my phone because I'm subscribed to Mississippi State on ESPN.
All
app.
right, go Bulldogs! But
They lost.
took it on the chin from my Auburn Tigers
They
last
sure did.
night. Yeah, there was 4 games yesterday in the SEC tournament, which has been played right now up in Nashville. Game 1, Kentucky Wildcats held off LSU 87-82. That was really a close game. I mean, LSU was the last seeded team.
Yeah.
They only had 3 wins this season, in the conference. So they haven't played very well, but they played very tough.
You said when they faced them last, what was it?
That was
1 point?
1 point. It was exactly.
Man, so I bet that was
1
a tough
point.
loss.
It was,
Both
but
times.
it was. LSU's got this guy named Max McKinnon. He had 28 points. He's just he reminds me of Larry Bird. I mean, he's not Larry Bird, but he's smooth and quite frankly, he's just quite a shooter. Otega Owe, that's an interesting name, isn't it? He had 23 to lead Kentucky, and then they had Brandon Garrison had 17 off the bench. I mean, Taylor, basketball or any sport, frankly, anytime you can bring in somebody as a substitute and they contribute to your team,
that's a big deal.
it's a huge deal. It's a big lift, and I mean, 17 points. I mean, if he doesn't get 17, let's say he gets, 7, then Kentucky doesn't win that game. So
Yeah.
obviously he was a big part of it. And then game 2, the one that you
The Land
got
Sharks.
No. The Land Sharks is Ole Miss. Mississippi State.
Oh,
Mississippi
okay.
State's just the Bulldogs.
That's right.
Ole Miss is the one that is a little confused about what their mascot is. But Auburn came back in the second half and beat Mississippi State 79-61, led by Kevin Overton. He had 22 points. He had 6 3-pointers, which is a pretty good night, shooting. Keyshawn Murphy had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 steals. And I think the key to this game was Auburn's defense. They really, even in the first half when Auburn couldn't hit the side of the barn with the ball, as the old saying goes, they throw the ball at the barn and miss it. It was just that bad of a first half, but they were only down by 3. Josh Hubbard, the leading scorer, I think, in the conference, he had 22 for State. And if you recall, he's the guy I told you that had 35 points in the first half against Auburn last time they played, and 46 for the whole game. So, I mean, they really shut him down. State finishes 13-19. Auburn advances. Ole Miss in game 3, the underdog, beat the Texas Longhorns by 10, 76-66.
Look at them.
Yeah, they have a player that has just, I don't know. Sometimes, Taylor, in any sport, I mean, there are players out there that start slow, but they finish strong.
Yeah.
And they have a player named exactly. They have a player named Malik Dia. I think I'm saying that right. D-I-A. How would you say that? Yeah.
I think Dia.
Yeah, Dia. He had 23, and then they had a guy come off the bench named A.J. Store, and he had 18. So I mean, Rebels. The Rebels have only won 6 games in the conference, but 3 or 4 of them have been on the road. I mean, they are tough. They have come on strong here in the second half of the season. Texas is now 18-14, which is not exactly a great record, but they still are expected to get a call from the NCAA when the tournament's announced on Sunday. And then game 4, the nightcap last night, Oklahoma defeated South Carolina. The Gamecocks took it on the beak, I guess you'd say. I was going to say chin, but I guess a Gamecock really doesn't have a chin. Yeah, it'd be the beak. 86-74. The Sooners, led by Nigel Pack, had 24. Darion Reed, I believe is the way he would pronounce that, had 20. Kobe Knox had 20 for USC. South Carolina finishes 13-19. So today you have Kentucky playing Missouri. Missouri will be the home team there. Back on January 7th, which has been a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's been at least 2 solid months ago.
And January and February, they feel like they're forever long.
They do.
Yes.
In that game, Missouri beat Kentucky in Lexington 73-68. Got a win that doesn't come too often in Rupp Arena up there. And game 6 of the tournament, the second game is Auburn versus Tennessee. Auburn with that win yesterday, Taylor, they got to 18 wins and 16 losses. And they're really trying to play their way into the big tournament coming up, the March Madness, as they call it. A lot of people have Auburn already in the tournament, but a lot of people have them not yet in the tournament. So they need I think they need this win, maybe even one more, because the thing that Auburn did that I don't know exactly how to explain it, but they played a really tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we may have talked on Tuesday a little bit about Thorsby High School baseball team. It's really got a good club. They're ranked 3rd in the state. They've been playing a really hard schedule, trying to prepare for their regional schedule. When not necessarily that it'll get easier, but just so that they'll be better prepared. But Auburn played a really tough schedule. Played 2 number 1 teams, several top 5 teams. They didn't beat any of them, but they did play them and played a couple of tough games. Lost to Houston by 1. So they're trying to get in based on their schedule. The Vols beat the Tigers 77-69 back on January 31st in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't really that close of a game. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a game for Auburn, but they still lost. Game 7, the 3rd game, we'll have Ole Miss and Georgia. Ole Miss, again, that upset over Texas yesterday, playing Georgia. And I mentioned Ole Miss, how they won on the road. Well, they beat Georgia just a few weeks ago, 97-95 in Athens. And then the last game of the tournament tonight will be Oklahoma playing Texas A&M. I don't know if you recall, I mentioned Oklahoma having won 5 out of their last 6. Well, it's 6 out of their last 7 because they won last night.
Mm-hmm.
So they really had a lot of close losses early in the year, but just they've gelled as a team and gotten better. So I think it's going to be a good close game there with between the Sooners and the Aggies. But hey, after that, Alabama finally comes to the party tomorrow. They're going to play the winner of Ole Miss versus Georgia. So
And that'll be a good one either way.
Yeah, that'll be a good one either way. But really exciting times up there. I mean, they had really good crowds last night. I was surprised to read about having 14,000, 15,000 people in that arena for these first round games. I mean, these these are
normally it don't get crowded until closer to the end of the tournament.
Exactly, the semifinals and the finals, exactly. But that's what's going on in the SEC tournament.
Well, locally we have tournaments going on too. The softball tournament is supposed to start, the county softball tournament. It's supposed to start today, which I'm sure they'll announce with the rain and stuff if it gets rained out. And then next week is the county baseball tournament.
It is.
That's going to be fun.
It's hosted by Isabella High School this year.
Yeah.
Still going to be played at Jack Hayes Field there.
Yeah.
Clanton City Park.
That is
And
right.
you have Isabella and Verbena have the first round buys. They're the top 2 seeds. And, I just mentioned Thorsby's baseball team. Well, they're going to play Chilton County High School on next Monday, the 16th.
Yeah.
It says that game's at 6:30. The first game, though, is Jemison and Maplesville at 4:30. The winner of that game plays Isabella on Tuesday at 4:30, and then the winner of CCHS and Thorsby plays Verbena on Tuesday. And it's a double elimination tournament, so people will, whoever wins or loses these games, they get to play again until they've lost 2 and be out. And it's going to hopefully wrap up somewhere Saturday afternoon on March 21st.
That is right. And I love the county tournament because you see the small schools play the big schools, and you never get to see that. And it always, it's so shocking how, I don't know, sometimes it's just, you're surprised by the outcome.
Well, these seedings are just strictly by their record.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who they played or who they haven't played.
That's right.
So, like Thorsby and Clanton, I expect that'll be a really good game, just simply because of what Thorsby schedule been playing. They've been playing a schedule like Clanton plays.
Yeah.
Every year, and then Maplesville's always a dangerous school.
We haven't used sign for break, so we're being told we have stop signs.
We were showing that off yesterday, and then we also have one. That was the one he was supposed to put up first.
Okay.
Did that one go up first?
We ran the red light.
Oh, we'll do that the other way, and then that tells us that we have 30 seconds before we have to stop.
Yes, he was busy. He missed it. Okay. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Mr. Melvin. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about a beloved breakfast food that is special to the hearts of Alabamians.
Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com. Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family.
Mayhem.
Yes.
Coming at you live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. It is 7:31. It's 47 degrees outside, and we're under a wind advisory till 7 p.m. in Clanton, and it may be raining in the next hour.
So, that makes it feel like 40.
Yes.
With that wind.
We're back in winter.
Wet wind. Ugh.
So, we told y'all that when we come back, we were going to talk about a beloved food that I don't want to say all, because some people may not like it. Most Alabamians love. What do you think it is?
Well, I have read it, so I don't know if it's fair to ask me, but I guarantee it's going to be most of our listeners are going to be big fans.
I think so too. So, Conecuh has officially been confirmed as the most iconic breakfast food in Alabama.
How about that? What an honor for this company.
Yes. I'm really shocked, though, that it's known as the most iconic breakfast food because people use it. I would not be scared to say more for lunch and dinner than breakfast
Right,
food.
exactly. Yeah, you're probably right. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But I sure like it for breakfast.
I do too.
I've stopped cooking in the pan.
Really? You cook it in the air fryer?
And I put it in the oven, just the oven.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Put it in there for about 15
minutes. Do you have an
minutes.
air fryer?
I'm sure we do. I personally, I don't know if I can count that personally, but a community property. When you get married, right?
Oh yeah. I love the air fryer.
What's hers is her, mine, and what's mine is mine too.
That's right.
Exactly.
So at our house, it's the other way around. So I don't know.
But how about that Conecuh sausage? What's your favorite kind of Conecuh sausage? They make all kinds.
I know. I can't tell a difference in any of them, but I've been seeing the Christmas Hot advertised and how you can only get it in Evergreen.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had it?
I haven't.
I haven't either, but I want to try it.
I haven't heard of that Christmas Hot. We were talking when we were talking about the story. I mentioned to you about Conecuh having the, I guess, contracts or whatever to provide hot dogs for Auburn and Alabama football games. Man, they are so good. I wish they were in more stores. I haven't seen one yet anywhere. Maybe I haven't been to all the stores, grocery stores, but haven't seen those hot dogs anywhere. And I never seem to be able to get by their factory. You know, they have a new, like a gift store,
I know,
kind of
they
thing
do.
down in Evergreen.
Yeah.
But I've never seemed to get there when they're open
We
or be
we've
there.
stopped by there a few times.
You have?
Yeah.
You stopped in and got something?
We have. They have coolers full of everything that you could buy.
I bet.
I want to try the Kaneka bacon. I haven't had it.
Oh, it's delicious. I have
it?
had it. It is very good.
I want to try it. But they have like the little roller dogs, every kind of sausage you want. You can make a sausage dog, hot dog, any of it, all the toppings. It's very good.
Like the
But-
pigs in a blanket? Is that what you're talking about when you said roller dogs? Is that what you mean?
No.
What is a
Okay,
roller
so
dog? I'm
roller
sorry.
dogs-
That's a new term for me.
My husband taught me
I've
this.
been eating, for a long time, and I've never heard that term.
Apparently, people are calling hot dog gas stations roller dogs now because they
Oh.
cook on those rollers.
Oh, yeah, okay. I haven't
So,
heard that. I'm
yeah.
just not hip, Taylor. As I
I'm not either. I had to learn
always
it from
thought
my
I
husband.
was.
I know.
Even back in the day, I probably wasn't.
I know that I've never been, but that's okay. Step one is just acknowledging it, and accepting it.
Accepting it. Exactly.
They have every topping you can want. You can get your chips, drink, and roller dog combo.
True.
Yes, but somehow I ended up on like a Kaneka fan page on Facebook, and these people from out of state come travel it to the beach and wherever.
Yeah.
They buy boo-koodles, just boxes and boxes of sausage,
Ship it.
and
Freeze
either
it and
ship
ship it.
or take it home in coolers.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, stopping at the coast down there, Gulf Coast, and getting you some seafood, right?
I guess so.
And then all
yeah.
these people advertise, all these suppliers, they advertise it, that they ready to go or ship to go or
Yeah.
however, they pack it to go.
But yep, so the breakfast meat of Alabama is Kaneka, and they have a list of all the iconic breakfast foods
I know,
of all
I
the
see
states.
that. From the
So,
southeast here.
Yes, Arkansas's most iconic is chocolate gravy with biscuits.
Oh, okay, wait. Can we stop there?
Yeah, have you've never had chocolate gravy?
Is it really chocolate?
Yes.
Okay, chocolate
So when
gravy.
you're making the roux,
So it's really just melted chocolate over bread?
I mean, it tastes chocolate, yes, but you make it like a gravy with the flour and the
Okay.
fat and the milk.
Right.
Of course, you just use butter. You wouldn't use
Bacon
like lard
grease.
or bacon
Yeah.
grease.
Yeah.
But when you do the flour, you mix in the chocolate, like the cocoa powder, and then at
Renette,
some
if
point
you're
you mix in
listening,
some sugar.
that sounds like that might be good to try.
Yes.
All right, what about the state of Georgia? What was its favorite?
Chicken and waffles. Do you eat chicken and waffles?
I don't think so. That's I don't know.
I
I have never tried that.
I've tried it. I like the sweet and savory.
You do?
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Biscuits and gravy for Kentucky. Beignets for Louisiana. Fried catfish and grits for Mississippi. Fried chicken biscuits for Tennessee. And breakfast tacos for Texas.
I've never thought of fried catfish as, as a breakfast food,
I haven't either.
but apparently so,
But apparently in Mississippi.
huh?
So I thought that was just a fun little
Breakfast
list.
tacos. I'm trying to remember the name of the place that we ate in downtown Austin. We were out there visiting some friends, and they took us, and we had some authentic breakfast tacos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have a place out there. They have a bunch of food trucks. It's like a real foodie scene out there. You
Yeah.
ever been to Austin?
I have not.
You
I've
haven't?
never been to Texas.
Oh, you haven't? Gosh, you need to go. It's a great
I
place to
know.
visit. But anyway, we were out there, and I want to say Torchy's, but I don't think that was where we had
Oh, I bet
breakfast.
have you been to a Torchy's before? Okay.
It was, I
was
think
gonna
it was
say,
a was a food truck, if I remember
I
right.
think they do have breakfast tacos.
Yeah,
We went to Torchy's.
and maybe that's where we were, but we were at a restaurant. We were just the door that I was looking for a minute ago when I was talking about the bowl peanuts was the Dive.
Oh,
Now I'm
yeah.
always looking for the Dive to pull in, so they
Yeah.
get the full flavor of the countryside. That's the same way with the where we had breakfast there in Austin was a bit of a dive, an old cafe.
Yeah.
The waitress comes up and says, "What do you want? What do you have?"
You might as well because fancy breakfast places have the meat, eggs, bacon. They always call it like the original or something like that,
Yeah, right.
And it's overpriced and it's the same thing and it's not as good as if you just go into a little hole in the wall place.
Yeah, exactly. Or a Waffle House, even.
Have you ever been to the Starkville Diner? Or no, the Starkville Cafe. It's in downtown Starkville.
I don't think so. Maybe once. I ate at many places over there. The favorite place over there was Little Dewey's,
Oh, yeah.
the barbecue. And
I like Little Dewey's.
I can't remember the name of this other restaurant that I would take this guy that I work with. We'd go. It was a meat and three.
Yeah.
It was like a Thompson's or something. Somebody's last name.
Yeah.
It was a local place. It wasn't a chain.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about the Starkville Cafe though.
The Starkville Cafe is one of those,
Is it like right
well-known little
downtown?
diner. Yep, it's
Okay.
right downtown. And they have what they call duck sauce.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly what
Is that
all is in it.
will you get it at a Chinese restaurant?
That's what
duck
I
sauce?
thought. But it's like, it's
Okay.
almost like a brown sugar caramelly syrup.
So it's a real duck sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
It is so good.
I don't think that little stuff that comes in a little package at the Chinese restaurant is, anything to
I
do
don't
with
think
any
I don't
type
think
of real
so.
duck.
I don't think so. Or at least I hope not, because I've ate that before and I don't want to eat duck. So,
That's good. That's funny.
but
Well, there's some interesting things on that list. But Evergreen, Alabama, how about that? Just right off the plant is right there off the interstate, off 65. I forget the exit. I want to say around 100 or 98 or something like
that's
that.
what I was going to say. It's close to the middle because we live off the 200 exit. And I'm like, oh, it's Midway. Because, Midway, I think, is like exit 98.
From exit 200 it would be.
It would be, but that's the name of the exit, too, is Midway.
Oh,
and so
really?
I love that because I'm like,
I did not realize
it's
that.
exactly Midway. Yeah.
Midway for you.
Yeah. But it is a short drive away. But have you seen gas prices lately?
Oh, my gosh. Have I seen them? Also bought it.
Oh, me. I know. They are up 27 cents just in the last week. And 27 cents from the week before that, too.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say it's up 50-something cents, but you're right.
So
That's about
54
right.
cents.
About 25 or 30 cents each time.
But
What are they around here? I mean, what's the average in some of the places?
the average, let's see, in Montgomery, the average is $3.25 for regular and $4.08 for premium. Birmingham's $3.21. Auburn is $3.19. Gadsden's $3.24. Dothan, Daphne, Fairhope areas from $3.25 to $3.27. And Mobile is $3.32.
Do you know where Russell County is?
No, where is
That
that?
is right on the Georgia line. It's Phoenix City and Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell
So
County
they have
is
the lowest price in the
$3.16.
state right now on the average, $3.16.
Which it did say, of course, increase is coming because spring break's arriving. People
Yeah,
are
that's part
traveling.
of it. That's part of it. Then we got the war going on
Yeah.
over in Iran. Really, they have regionalized this war. They've made it, they've tried to expand it. They're trying to bring in more people, and sure they're trying to get Russia and China to help them, but so far they've resisted. I don't think they want anything to do with the United States. I don't think we're looking for a fight, but that's part of the reason too. The prices have gone down. I mentioned it, I think, before, but have you ever heard the theory on the gas prices of the rocket and the feathers? Did I mention that to you the other day?
I think so.
Well, when the price of oil goes up, the price of gasoline goes up like a rocket. It takes off. Think about it. They were charging us what they were charging us. It went up 40 cents, the first day, or 30 cents the first day. Well, the gas they had in their tanks, they had paid, a lower price for, right? It wasn't, they haven't been charged anything more.
Yeah.
But yet, they knew it was coming, or they expected it to come, anticipate. So, hey, let's jack the price up on Mr. and Miss John Q, Alabama, and maybe we can stay on our vacation another day or two. But anyway, those prices have gone up.
Yep,
but
9% increase for March the 5th. And on March 5th, it was $2.94. So, and then I thought it was cool because it gives you a round trip from areas in Alabama to Gulf Shores. So if you're wanting to go to Gulf Shores for spring break.
An estimate, huh?
Yes, which, well, I guess that would be correct.
Yeah.
From Birmingham, it would be $70.45. This is based on if you get 18 miles a gallon for city and 25 miles per gallon for highway. And in Montgomery, if you're leaving from Montgomery, it'd be $46.45. $45
Yep.
round trip. So it'd be about, what, $50, $60 for us.
Yeah, that'd be about right. It'd be in between that, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
So,
That's still, but that's we were paying $35, and now it's $60.
I know.
So we're gonna feel a pinch for a little while, but the thing about what we have done as a nation in the past is, we got to make sure that if we started this fight, we got to be able to stick with it and finish it. We haven't had a great track record, Taylor, in the last 50 years in these types of wars where we go in and we're going to do something and then it bogs down, like Afghanistan, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I know they harbored and probably had something to do with 9/11, the attacks, September 11th, but we went over there with the idea to take them out early, quickly, but then we stayed for 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't really want to stay in Iran for 20 years.
No.
But at the same time, that's, and again, I digress. I know we were talking about gas prices, but it's hard to talk about them now without talking about that war some. Because, Iran is a big oil producer, although, big only in a sense for that region, which, of course, they're really a small player in compared to Saudi Arabia, for example. But anyway, yeah, we're feeling it at the pump right now. But hey, it'll be hopefully it'll get better. I mean, it will get better, and I think it'll get better pretty quickly.
I think so too. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Out.
Didn't mean to cut you off
No,
there.
you're okay. We are going to go to break, and when we come back, it won't be quiet time for our guests.
Not quite.
But we're getting closer.
We're getting closer.
Hang in there. It's not long now.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0000. 888-888-0077 or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Can make a copy of it. That should be a good story, though. They could go on for a while if we can get going. All right. We're back. We're running our mouth. I'm running my mouth. Do you know yesterday? I had Jason Green here with me yesterday. Yeah. You ever work with Jason much?
Yeah.
Does he do this kind of thing to you? Every time we came back from break, it would be like I was supposed to bring us back, Oh. So I would start, and then he would jump in, and he would do it several times.
He's really good at bringing us back, though.
He is. He's really good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think he gets a little distracted.
Actually, it was just a tad of a joke there. I was just joking. We get along great. I love that man to death.
Yeah.
But
I know he's very humorous.
yes, he is. But he would take, and he would be, he would take the mic and just run with it. And I'll be like, hey man, I thought I was supposed to bring us back. But we're back at 7:51. Taylor mentioned a minute ago, it's about 48 degrees outside with a wind chill about 40. Ooh, I'm cold just thinking about it.
I know it.
Well, I forgot to wear my jacket in this morning.
Aw, I've got one.
Yeah, well, are you going to use it the rest of the day, you think?
You need it?
No, I'm good.
I hope it warms up a little bit where I don't have to have it.
I guess if my wife has probably already left the house. Oh, yeah, she's already back home. I guess she saw that tree that had fallen across the road.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I started to move it, Taylor, I was like, I don't know if I can move this thing. It's huge. But, I've managed to drag it and keep it, somewhat off my clothes.
Yeah, you
Because
did
I told you I didn't have a jacket, so it was like it was me and the tree. And it would have it literally right under the street light. I don't know how it fell. I didn't even notice the wires above it. Must have hit the wires and fallen.
Oh, gosh.
Everything, we still had power and everything, so they knocked the power out. Didn't look like it affected them. Or maybe, I guess it could have missed it, but boy, it was all the way across the road. It had to bump them now that I think about it. I didn't even think about the wires.
Yeah.
They weren't down,
Good thing they weren't.
Yeah,
You
well.
wouldn't have even noticed them.
Yeah, get me. That would be a snooze alarm. I wouldn't need a snooze alarm for that one.
No. You'd be awake then. Well, we hope that you would be awake.
Yeah,
then.
exactly. That'd be my hope to be awake.
Do you have a story for us about Alabama?
I was just going to mention.
player?
No, he's a football player. He come out. This NIL, this name, image, and likeness stuff that comes out, and they've been playing these players. I've been playing players for a long time, I guess technically, but the truth is that in this case, some of these guys are making huge amounts of money.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that played quarterback for Alabama for a couple years named Jalen Milroe. Do you remember hearing that name by chance?
I do not.
Okay. Well, Jalen was a really good quarterback, and he ended up getting drafted by the Seattle Seahawks. He plays backup quarterback for the Seahawks, who won the Super Bowl this past year.
Yeah.
So they had the best team, and he was a backup. And so anyway, for Sam Darnold, their starting quarterback. But he was asked not too long ago about his last year at Alabama with the temptations that come, and few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about Alabama's former quarterback named Ty Simpson from this year. He got offered $6.5 million to come back for his senior season, but at another school. I don't think he's ever said what school he went to.
Yeah.
But I mean, these schools are just paying outrageous amounts of money. Of course, I don't blame them because just like in the NFL, the better teams are making more money.
Yeah.
Because they have more fans, more people watching them, that kind of stuff. But anyway, between that and the transfer portal, it used to be when you transferred schools, you had to sit out a whole season.
Yeah.
That's why people didn't do it a lot, because people didn't want to sit out a whole year. Somebody didn't want to wait a whole year to play baseball or basketball or football. But anyway, quarterback for Alabama was talking about how after his season, he said that he was just being recruited again, by these other schools, and except this time they were coming with big fat checks.
Yeah.
And he had been offered up to $2.5 million to go to any school. He had 2 or 3 of them. He said that were offering so much money to him to leave, and everybody expected him to leave, quite frankly, because they didn't win the championship. And Alabama fans have high standards, and they expect to win championships every year, even though, of course, you can't win them every year.
No, you can't.
But he was offered a lot of money, and he could have stayed, and he could have made more money by doing that than he made in the NFL. But of course, they go to the NFL, Taylor. They got a much better chance in the long run to be getting some of these huge, huge contracts. Like there's this backup quarterback for the I almost said Baltimore Colts. I swear I'm so old. They've been the Indianapolis Colts for 40 years, but I can't remember that. But he just signed a 2-year. Daniel Jones is his name. He just signed a 2-year contract as a quarterback for just a cool $88 million.
My gosh.
Yeah. So get out there.
I can't even.
Get your boys and little girls out there in the yard and practice.
Yeah.
So they can support mom and dad, one day.
I know when we've always talked about the NIL before, I always go straight to not basketball, baseball, because that's what I've always been around, and baseball NIL and stuff. And I was telling my dad, I was like, I don't think I know exactly what y'all are always talking about, because I don't know. Like it's just baseball
it's a
NILs
language
are
of
not
its
the
own.
same. Yeah. And so Dad was like, the basketball NILs and the football NILs are bananas. Like they're crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's what I told him. I was like, oh. I said, well, that's what I did say, because I do think NIL should be a thing, but there should be restrictions and things like that on it, for sure.
Oh, yeah, they should. I think the answer for this NIL and the transfer portal is go back to some type of, I don't want to say penalty, but some type of penance that you have to pay if you transfer.
Yeah.
I know a year may be too harsh, but
Almost like a probation type.
exactly. That's a good way. Or I always feel like if they can sign these players to multi-year contracts, and just like any other contract you have with someone, if you pay them, you have the offer of the contract, the consideration is how much money it is, or whatever inducements you're giving someone to sign it, and then the acceptance is when they sign it. But there's got to be some type of you got to hold these young people responsible or accountable.
Yeah.
Because right now they just come and go as they want. Now I know there's already been a couple lawsuits, Taylor, where these players have said that XYZ school offered them so much money and then they reneged.
Yeah.
And they didn't sign with them, and they didn't pay them this money. Well, I forget what school it was, but they got sued recently. Maybe it was Florida. They got sued recently by a quarterback, and they settled their case, which means,
Still got money.
no, it still got money. No one admits fault.
That's right.
If you ever read those releases, it's like, oh, why are you paying them all this money? Because we have a release now, and we're done with it. But basically, this whole story about Jalen Milroe was that boy, these schools are, now that they're making all this money, they are out there putting the money in these players' pockets.
Yeah.
Trying to buy the best team. I mean, look at what happened. Indiana University won the NCAA football championship. They were always referred to as what we call a doormat team.
Yeah.
You know, a team you wipe your feet with and get a win, but not anymore. You know. So anyway, that's just an interesting story I thought about Milroe and how it affected a local player. So. Well, listen, Taylor, we're coming up on the 8 o'clock break.
Yeah.
The first hour has kind of gone by very quickly,
I know it has.
I think it was faster than 60 minutes.
I think so too.
Well, we'll have to check our
Probably
clocks.
Like 30.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
But when we come back, we have special guests from a few states away. So I'm excited. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon.
Your weather update for today, we're going to be looking at about a 30% chance of rain. First part of the day, a little breezy during the afternoon, a high of 58. Low tonight of 38, sunny on Friday, a high of 67. Mid-70s on Saturday, plenty of sunshine. And that's your weather update. I'm meteorologist J.P. Dice right here on Piper Peach Radio.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Your weather update.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com. Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Well, we're back here. It's a little after 8 o'clock. What is it, Taylor? 8:06. We're a little late getting back this morning, but we're joined by 2 guests we're excited to have visiting with us. We met these guys yesterday. We have Silas Condon from South Dakota and Josh Yazzie from New Mexico. Yeah. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. Glad to have you. So what are you guys doing here in beautiful Chilton County, Alabama these days?
You know, it was a spur of the moment, about a 2-week ordeal. We honestly probably about 10 days ago, we had the calling to come down here.
10 days ago.
About 10 days ago. Yeah.
You didn't plan it long then, huh?
No planning at all. Honestly, everything that we've been doing in missions has been spur of the moment, and just that yes, to go, the willingness to go, be able to go. Our families and being able to understand our bodies, our congregations back home. Just pulling it together and saying, hey, look, we know we're leaving and it's taken care of, So that's
right. Well, who takes care of it while you're gone?
So I have people that have come up, missionaries and stuff that have come up and actually stayed, like, again, not planned, right? They just will come up for conferences and they just say, I feel like I have to stay. I feel like I need to be here. And so I have a nephew back home who, again, a missionary came and stayed, and he's actually watching the campus and taking care of my nephew and stuff. And because I didn't have anybody to be present there amongst the campus and stuff while we were gone.
So what part of New Mexico is your mission at?
Farmington, Mexico is where I was born and raised. And then again, if I were to go into testimony on that, how I got into South Dakota, it'd be a whole ordeal in itself.
We'd have a long show then.
Oh, a long show, yes.
But I guess what I was getting when you said Farmington, is that near Albuquerque or Santa Fe, or that's kind of my biggest points of reference.
Okay, yeah, it's in the Four Corners
I've been through
area.
both.
Yeah, it's in the northwest. So I'm from the northwest corner. Mm-hmm. It's a border town with the Navajo Reservation.
That's kind of right there between those two, and the northwest, like a little quadrant there.
Yes.
I drove down from Denver one time, headed to Phoenix, and went through there. Beautiful area. And you mentioned, Josh, that your mission ministry is called Hands of Faith.
Yes.
Tell us how that got started and founded. You said it was out of Nebraska.
Yes, Hands of Faith was established in 1988 by a Quaker, of all things. His name was Phil Compton, and he had a desire to disciple the men in vocational training, to give people a skill and a trade.
What men? Any men?
Any men. Well,
Okay.
Lakota, primarily Pine Ridge.
Okay.
That was the desire.
Pine Ridge, which is where your home is. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Then it transpired into...
We're going to get to you in just a second, I promise, Silas.
Then it transpired into going into the handoff to Curtis Hoyt, who was the next executive director at Hands of Faith. For a little over 20 years, he ran it and again did the same process, somewhat similar to Phil Compton, but he expanded it. He grew it into where we could house and dorm up to 8 students at a time through discipleship and vocational. And then for a few years, towards the end of his run, it kind of just dwindled down, and it was kind of like, okay, what is next, right? What are we trying to do next? What's coming next? Because there's a lot of history just in the White Clay region where the ministry is at. And if you were to look it up, there's actually a movie coming out called The Gates of White Clay, and it actually shows a lot of detail of what has happened in just that small town throughout the years. Now, I don't have the historical knowledge of being able to talk about White Clay. I know Silas can reference more into that in detail, but it's just a hot spot for a lot of things.
Right,
so,
a lot of history.
So there's a lot of need for ministry there.
Sure.
Yeah. So we were primarily there, but when that area got shut down for the alcohol sales, it was like, what do ministries do now? Where's the need? Where's the desire? And see, there was nobody going on the reservation. Everybody was on stateside at that point, right? But what happens when a hot spot gets shut down? Everybody's like, what do we do, right? And so that's the next question. So we come in there, and that's where I come in, right? And I said, okay, we're going to do something different. We're not going to just be, we're not just going to be reaching just to one tribe, right? We're going to reach to all tribes because that's what the word tells us to do. All tribes, all tongues, all nations, right? It's the Great Commission.
Yes, it is.
And so that was a desire that the Lord put in my heart to bring down to, again, Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Now, I might be in White Clay, but I consider Pine Ridge my home because, again, Pine Ridge is who's raised me for the past 4 years and who's taken care of me over the past 4 years. So it's been a whole process of being discipled by a region that said, hey, we don't have discipleship. And I'm like, no, you're wrong because look what come out of Pine Ridge. We're falling.
Exactly.
Yes.
So is that how you guys got started, Silas, when someone came to you and first introduced you to God? Tell us about that and about your church.
All right. Well, we'll say the 1950s, there was missionaries that came over and kind of started my my family's church in Wolf Creek, and they started their own church. Those other ones died out, and they were running it, but ended up breaking apart. It broke into 2 churches. Then it just straight up just went and was no more.
Well, it was gone.
It was gone, and then.
And about when did that happen? Was that in the 50s as well, or was it a little later than that?
A little
bit later? Okay.
Yeah, later than that. So about, let's say about the 90s. 90s
okay.
Is when it kind of went away. And then my dad and them, they were drinking and partying, and my auntie and all them. But one of my uncles, he went to Phil Compton's thing. He was over there, and he actually was...
Like a conference or a seminar kind of thing, or...
No, he actually stayed with
mission.
him.
Okay.
Went to the Hands of Faith.
Okay.
And they helped him learn a trade.
He went to White Clay and stayed.
And yeah, Phil Compton took him to a lot of things and taught him some stuff. And, well, he became like a preacher. And they were saying the kids don't know Jesus. So we didn't really have a building, but... They started doing, what do you call that?
Holding services or sermons or
her holding
revival.
Well, some of those, but like Bible studies, basically.
Okay.
With the children and trying to get us to know Jesus.
Introduce to them.
Yes.
Almost like a Bible school, like a vacation Bible school.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, we would just meet up at a house and just have a Bible study.
A Bible study. Yeah.
And my auntie was drinking a lot, but when we started doing it there, she sobered up. The Lord helped her sober up, and she got on fire for the Lord and stuff. And
so you were part of these Bible studies yourself?
Yeah. Well, as a child, I come from a place where, on the reservation, well, they were warrior society. A lot of them are warrior society. They know how to fight. They were warriors, and they fought the U.S. government. They killed George Armstrong Custer in a battle, but they won some battles. But in the end, they finally got defeated. They killed off all the buffalo. They put them on a reservation and like a POW camp almost. And, they turned to alcohol and drugs. They turned to alcohol. They turned to alcohol. Well, that was the main thing that came in. And, a lot of people used it to, I believe, try to drink away the pain.
Mask things.
Yeah.
Mask
and that's what they use.
I think so. I think you're right.
Alcohol as a crutch.
Yeah.
So, though a lot of people on the Pine Ridge Reservation do that, and my mom and dad how do you say this? They got married, but when I was young, they divorced, and I went with my mom, and my mom became an alcoholic, and she used to leave me at parties and abandon me, and I felt abandoned by my mom and dad.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
I had one brother when he was 6, and that's what's kind of going on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation is there's a lot of drinking, and there's a lot of families and children, or moms and dads, that there's a broken unit. So the dad leaves the house, and there's not really marriage covenants.
Right.
And a lot of the children are being abandoned by their
suffering part as a result. Huh?
Yeah, and a lot of them are going to like to the system.
So obviously, what you're trying to do, you guys are trying to reach folks like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just like anybody, you were trying to reach the lost.
Yes.
Right.
Well, how's that going?
It's going good.
Do you have family yourself? I mean, do you have children yourself now?
Yeah, I have 6 children.
6 children. Okay. So they're getting some Bible studies now, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yep. Go ahead. I ask you a question, and then I started talking. I'm sorry.
I understand. But there's a lot of violence, too. See, Pine Ridge Indian Reservation has a lot of violence on the reservation.
Is that part of that warrior mentality you were talking about a minute ago?
Yeah. There's killings. There's people beating each other up. So when you drink, when you have pain inside, it doesn't make it go away. When you drink, it comes out. So a lot of them, they end up fighting, beating each other up. There's like violence that happens. So there's
no more inhibitions, right?
So, yeah, there's a lot of violence on that reservation. It's maybe small as a people group, but there's a lot of them that end up. A lot of my friends killed people. A lot of my family, even my mom, she ended up in prison for murdering a woman, ran her over with a car. So that's what I'm saying. There's like violence on the reservation. It may be small, but it is kind of violent.
Hey, violence is violence, no matter where, isn't it? Somebody gets hurt or worse, regardless of where it is.
Yes.
So you're trying to stop that kind of thing, right?
Yes.
You guys are trying to stop that.
Yes.
So how do you do that? How are you doing that?
Well, God is finally the one that helped me to change, not myself. I figured out, because I tried to change myself, I couldn't do it. There were times I was being rebellious. I didn't want to listen, because I was with my mom for a long time until I almost got taken away, and then my dad got me. And then he's the one that started trying to teach me about Jesus. But you know how a rebellious kid is. And then I was going back and forth.
I have too myself, so yes, I do.
I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? And I don't want to do it my way. And we're in an atmosphere on the Pine Ridge where everyone, their life is just to get drunk, to do drugs, to live wickedly. That's what they live for. So being in that environment, that's where I wanted to go. That's what I wanted to do. They made it look good. They made it look like, why are all these people always drinking all the time? I wanted to try that out. So I start doing the same thing. But in the end, there's a lot of problems that come with that.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
So you guys are trying to fight that. Do you guys work together?
Yeah.
At Pine Ridge?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I enjoy it because you asked that question about how a difference is being made, and it's simple. It's totally God, okay? Because we don't have the ability to do it ourselves. You know, we tried doing it ourselves, right? And I go to Scripture.
What you were just talking about, trying to change yourself, it's hard to do. You can't do it.
Right. So we go to the Word on that, and that's where the Word speaks for us, right? Because we allow the Holy Spirit to do it. In Isaiah 55, 8 and 9, it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." And see that has that lordship mentality, saying, "Hey, I'm not in charge. I can't do this by myself. We can't do this by ourselves," right? And that question is, what are we doing out here? We're saying, hey, look, we as a people, we need help. We need unity, right? There can't be a broken system anymore where you're over here, we're over here, and that's okay. It can't be on the inside looking out, outside looking in. We got to be on both each other's side, right?
Right.
And so it brings that to how you're going to do that. And it's simple, right? So we read it again, going to the Scripture. I love the Word because, again, it does the speaking for us. And it tells us, in Revelation 12:11, it says, "And they overcame him," again, the deceiver, "by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, that they did not love their lives to death." See, we're not, I like it in the Scripture where we're not we're not educated, or they consider us uneducated and untrained, but we walk with Jesus, right? And you read about that in the Acts of the Apostles. And that's all we're doing, is sharing our testimony of what the Lord has done and sharing it with everybody we come across. So like opportunities like this, we're saying, hey, look, we're uneducated, we're untrained, we didn't go to seminary, and again, not bashing on seminary or
Of course,
or
I
anything,
understand.
but we're just
I don't think
following
that at
God.
all.
And then, like I said, the trip came up 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, and we're like, hey, Lord, we're going out there. Then Keith's like, you're going on a radio show. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's share the word. Let's share what's happening in Pine Ridge, because there is revival, there is healing, there is sobriety, there are things happening,
Exactly.
relationships being mended. I'm seeing kids go back to parents. You know, I'm seeing parents sober up. I'm seeing these things happen firsthand.
These little seeds are being planted.
Yes, yes.
And then the plant will come after that.
That's right. That's right. But it's our job as ministers, our job as the shepherds, to continue to feed, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Get that good word out there.
Absolutely.
I've always understood that our job as missionaries, which we're all missionaries in a sense. Now, you guys are on the road missionaries, you know. But I've always felt like our job is to introduce people to Jesus.
Yes.
And then once they meet him, he takes over. You know, and yeah, they might look to me and they might hear me say something or do something, but it's them two, you know, it's those two next, you know, because that's what the word says. Introduce, you know, the apostles were nervous. Wow, they didn't know what to do. I mean, they were learning what to do too.
Yes. And
there was one in particular that said, hey, go get him. He's really good at introducing people to Jesus. Because again, ultimately, with that free will that God has given us all, that we're free to make that decision. And the fact that all you're doing is saying, this is what Jesus done for me.
Yes.
And the fact that, like you said, there is surprise, there is changes, there are changes going on. And it has to start somewhere. And so I'm really glad that you guys have done that and started it. Yes, sir.
Well, again, I was getting into my story, what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we didn't let you finish.
Yeah, I was basically like Paul, you know, chief of sinners. You know, I was one of them, and gang member, and being like a wicked person. But God changed me. You know, no one's too far gone. No one. I was an alcoholic, meth addict, bunch of stuff. But the Lord changed me. He delivered me. And that's what I'm saying. He took a piece of scrap out of the scrapyard, and, you know, he's raising me up to do the work of the Lord, to go and bring the gospel, to prepare the way for the move of God on these reservations and wherever else he sends me. And a lot of the people, they look at my life because they knew who I was, a bad person and violent and all that, and they say, well, if he can do it, I can do it.
That's right.
And that's the thing right there, is it's bringing hope. They're saying, well, if you change your life,
God can do that for you.
Yeah, I'm like,
He do something like that for
yeah,
me.
and I'm like, well, it wasn't me. I couldn't do it. I was a slave to sin. I was bound by the devil, but the Lord set me free. We serve a mighty God.
We do.
And he has power. He came to set the captives free. And I was one of those captives bound. And the Lord set me free.
This is fascinating, fellas. Well, you came by yesterday, and you had a gentleman with you. Didn't catch his name. What was his name?
Keith Green.
Keith Green. Yeah, that's right, Green, because Jason's last name. And you guys are working with him. In fact, you mentioned, Josh, about your experience.
Yeah.
Like the night before, like a couple nights ago, and you were, where were you, in Georgia, or where were you? I forgot.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that experience.
St. Louis, man, that's a whole, again, that's like a whole nother radio show. A whole nother. No, that's cool.
Give us the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, Cliff Notes. Yeah, so realizing and going that we're definitely not alone. See, where we come from and the stigmas that hold us back is we're bound by an invisible line called a reservation line, okay?
Right.
And what goes in can't come out, what goes out can't come back in, right? It's like it's a system. It's just it's a spiritual boundary, right? And so realizing that what we're doing right now is actually breaking a generational curse of saying, hey, we're not actually landlocked. We're not actually stuck where we're at. We can actually move, and there are people out there who want to receive us, right? So when we got to St. Louis, everywhere we went, people received and wanted to hear. And says, we never met a First Nations before. We never heard this kind of testimony before. We never heard God working in places like this before, right? And it's like, man, we've been bound up because of our own thoughts, because of the stigmas of the world. And we're like, hey, we're actually free to share what the Lord is doing. And it needs to be shared, right?
Absolutely. You are free.
And we carry the testimonies of the people to these places we're going to.
Right.
And realizing in St. Louis that we actually have people there that we need. And guess what? They're not the same color as us. They don't speak the same as us. But we need them. Like, we need what they have, because Silas has skills, I have skills, right? But we need other skills. We need other parts
absolutely.
of the body.
Yeah.
And so that's been one of the
The
things.
beauty of it all, frankly,
Yes.
in my opinion.
So when we see the whole body working together, it's neat. And seeing that in St. Louis, the whole body, again, different denominations, but saying, hey, we're looking past that, and we just need to focus on Jesus and what Jesus needs us to do, and we can come together for that, right?
Well, you think a lot about our country, and I know a little bit about the history of it. Obviously, I don't know all about it, but we all come from so diverse backgrounds, don't we? Mm-hmm. But yet, look where here we are, sitting here, four of us right now. You guys are from different parts of the country, but you're here because of the Word, and right. I'm just thrilled to have you here, and for you guys to come by and stop. I did want to have a couple questions I wanted to ask, though. I mean, they're really not church related, but when you came to Alabama, what was the biggest thing that shocked you? Is this the first time you've been to Alabama? I take it, both of you?
Can I take this first one?
Yeah, take it.
That big old giant Confederate flag flying, man.
Oh, you did?
That was crazy.
You did?
I was like, oh, this is... I wasn't offensive. I was just like, that's cool. And I took pictures of it. It's like a giant thing over the interstate, right? I'm like this, and the giant peach coming in here.
It's part of the history. It's just part of our history.
Yes.
Okay, what would you say? Or anything else?
Going into the Confederate home here, it was neat. You're right. The history.
Yep.
Right. There was a system that we believe in, and we stand behind it no matter what, and that's amazing, right?
Yep.
And we'll die. We're willing to die for it.
Yep.
That's gospel.
Yes, it is.
And when you unify that kind of body, right, and that's a neat thing. When you unify a body like Alabama stands for in the Confederacy, and you look at that, you're like, man, that's a warrior mentality right there. They're willing to die for what they believe in.
It is a warrior mentality.
Facts.
You better believe it.
Yes.
The rebel yell. You'll have to read about that.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about Southern food. Have you tried biscuits and gravy?
No.
No?
I've been wanting to try. I'm a big eater. I like eating different types of food, so I go to different places. And what's your meals? I want to try out.
Yeah, let's get some of our listeners to let us know what they think about what kind of restaurants we want to recommend to these guys while they're here.
They want a good local restaurant.
Yeah. What about boiled peanuts? I know y'all have tried them.
No.
You haven't?
No.
Do you like peanuts? Have you tried peanuts before?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried peanuts before, but
Yeah.
not what you just said, boiled.
It's boiled.
Yeah.
They're boiled.
Huh.
They soften them up a little bit. You have to try them. They're really good.
They are good. Some people think they're slimy though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're boiled. Have you ever boiled okra? Okra? Have you ever heard of okra? Do you eat okra?
No,
A vegetable?
just steam it mostly, but I've
Yeah,
had it,
yeah. We'll have to get them somewhere today. We'll have to get some fried
I was
okra.
about to say, that's the only way to eat it is fried.
We fry everything here in the South, you know. So, do you guys get many tourists up your way? Do you guys people come through?
Yes.
Yeah.
How does that work? Can anybody just come through the reservation themselves, or is that a gate or what?
There's a lot of people that come through, you know.
I mean, there's a lot of history on that reservation. That's a whole show
Kind
in
of.
itself, and 2 or 3 shows. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of tourism,
Yep.
so a
Yep.
lot of people come through, and a lot of natives kind of make beaded jewelry and different things and sell them to them and whatever else, you know. And
Sure.
that's a kind of a way they make money too.
Do you have visitors at your church? Sometimes.
Sometimes there's
Never know who's going to walk in, do you?
Yeah, we have people that come, different people, different ministers from different places. But what Josh was saying, that one is they got the word for cowboys and Indians working together, and you know, I know there's like was a racism.
Interesting
there
way to
was
look at it.
Type of ways that were, you know, natives against the whites and whites against natives. There was stuff like that going on, but I believe the Lord is breaking it down now.
Yes.
You know, we got to break down these barriers.
Enough of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
enough of
Enough
that.
of those.
And unify. And
Like you were just talking
help
about in
each other.
St. Louis.
Yes.
You were kind of, I got the impression you were pretty surprised, or not maybe surprised, but kind of shocked that was
Realizing
better
that,
than you expected.
yeah, way better than we were blown away. We were given so much
Right.
information,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
More than we can expect. And realizing that St. Louis is the gateway to the West, whereas the Oregon Trail, the Mormon Trail, and the Santa Fe Trail all came from St. Louis. I'm like, that was a huge vein for this nation and the growth of it.
It was.
There's history there.
That's why you saw the arch. Did
Yeah.
you see the arch? You
We
know, that's
actually
why.
gotta- we got to go up it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, it made it through?
We
Had
did.
a train up there. My wife wouldn't go with me. She was scared it would stop.
Kind of sways a little
I
bit.
know. It's the way it's
Taylor
designed.
Jr. said, we got to get Silas on some biscuits and sausage gravy.
There you go. There you, go. You need some sausage gravy. That's right.
That's Muskogee Josh.
Okay, now, who do you think handles the cold better? People from South Dakota or Southerners? People from Alabama?
Who had
Yeah, who handles it better?
You guys won't be able to handle ours.
We can handle it? Oh.
no.
Do y'all think it's cold today?
No.
We were just talking earlier about how it was freezing because it's been 80 here. I was like, I don't want it to be cold again.
Yeah, it was like
this week.
45 this morning. You know, the wind is like, oh, I'm freezing.
I think last year we had lows of -40.
Oh
Negative
my
40.
gosh.
Yeah. It's kind of chilly.
Oh my! I wouldn't make it out of bed. I'd be hitting snooze repeatedly.
I'm working from underneath the covers this morning.
Okay, I was telling my dad yesterday that y'all were coming, and I was trying to like find questions and stuff like that. And he told me that my grandmother, I don't know, I guess it would have probably been in about the 80s, 70s, 80s, maybe the 90s. She used to go on mission trips to South Dakota, and like they would take coats and things like that. Do y'all remember? Like, do y'all know anything about that? Like,
I know there's lots of
people coming up?
missionaries from here,
Yeah.
you know, taking stuff up there.
So do y'all have missionaries from places like here coming to visit?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot from Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee that come up. For me, so I can only speak about 3 years back, so that's the only time I've been here.
Yeah.
But majority of the aid that comes from is like Colorado, again, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, that come up our way. Yeah.
How about you, Silas? You grew up on the reservation, is that right?
Yeah.
Have you seen missionaries? At least you knew they were coming. And,
Even as a child.
right.
You know,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because we didn't have the gospel, you know, on the reservation, but a lot of them, because a lot of them was missionaries that came in and told us about Jesus.
Right.
So, and there would, as a child, there would be groups that come in and they'll do arts and crafts with us. They'll do like little games, and then they'll tell us about Jesus and basically planting seeds to the youth.
Exactly. That's
what's
that's what we were talking about with the coats.
Yeah.
You're planting a seed with a coat. Here's a warm coat,
Yeah.
or a blanket or something.
Well, and that goes back to what you were saying about, like once you introduce someone to Jesus, you just kind of leave them with them, and that's all we're called to do is plant seeds, because you can't dictate whether those seeds are going to grow or whether the person that you're planting, if they're going to water that and keep that relationship. So,
Exactly, and that's what you just went a little further than I did, and I'm glad you did, because that's so true.
And that's an important thing to bring up too, as far as missions and things go, because a lot of people have done that in the past, and like that's one thing that has actually hurt the reservation in a lot of ways. Is people will bring the gospel and say a lot of things, and then they'll leave and never come back.
Yeah.
And see, as a people, when you don't come back, it's like, what was the point? Like we've already been, and throughout history, we've been abandoned a lot.
Yeah.
And so we see that happen over time, right? So these teams we talk about, like from St. Louis and actually from here in Alabama through Keith, they've been recurring for over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
They keep coming back, so that relationship has grown to where they know a whole generation and community.
There's a trust there.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. So we say it like this: is when mission teams that come on, serve alongside local leadership, right? Don't just come on and do your own agenda thing. Like, come alongside someone who's there, because they're there and they're going to continue to be there, because a lot of times, like VBS mission teams, outreach revivals happen, and they don't connect with the local body, and it leads a lot of people astray. And people are like, well, we just gave our life to Christ. What do we do now? Right? And so we're here now saying, hey, we're here to disciple those people. If you're going to come on and do things, come alongside local leadership. It's not for us to lord over people or anything like that. It's to us to help to maintain the growth of the body, and saying, hey, we're here to continue to feed the sheep after.
Well, you certainly know what's going on in your neck of the woods, so to speak, better than I would.
Yes.
For example.
Yes.
Right. Well, what about? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
There's different belief systems. Every place you go, there's different belief systems, and you got to learn the belief systems first before you preach the gospel sometimes to people, to know what not to do and what to do, because there's a bunch of do's and don'ts on the native reservation that a lot of outsiders don't know.
Right.
A lot of them are these new ones we've seen coming in are trying to reach the native people through the culture and bringing in stuff that don't represent God, don't represent Jesus. And the native people, they pray to a God, they call him Tunkashila, which is grandfather and stuff like that, but it's not Jesus.
Yeah.
They have they're kind of antichrist against Jesus. So the only name that can save people is the name of Jesus. So, and they use the word creator. So a lot of the people come and if you're saying creator and just saying creator and you're not saying Jesus, they think you're talking about their God. So you got to use the word Jesus. You got to be specific, and you can't just bring in stuff that the natives use to worship their God. So there are artifacts, there are cursed objects that the natives use to worship their God. And if you bring it into a church, they're not going to glorify Jesus, they're going to glorify their God. So there's a lot of idolatry, idol worship. They put these things, there's one is a drum. The natives use this drum, they have to kill something to make it, and then they treat it as there's a spirit on it, and they treat it in high regard.
Kill something like an animal for the skin that's used for the drum itself? Okay, just making sure I understood.
They pray over it, and
It's almost like a sacrifice to the false god.
Yes, and they use it in their ceremonies to praise their God. And there's people trying to bring this in, and it's causing confusion.
Well, that's not unlike what happened, in the early church too, right? That's why Paul wrote all those letters.
Yes.
He would write these letters, right, to say, hey, don't bring in all these other rules. Jesus is the rule.
Right.
Go ahead, though. I cut you off again.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Well,
maybe
when they don't get with local leadership and understand what the people believe in. All these beliefs you have to break. There's different stuff. If they don't get with that and they're trying to bring in these things, it causes a lot of people to fall.
Yeah.
Causes a lot of the people to. It's like another denomination that came in was the Catholic system, and they're the ones saying, "Oh, we could do both. We could do this. You could do that. We could mix everything," but it's not producing anything. It's not producing true Christians that surrender to Jesus, that are Him. It's just messing everything up.
Well, I can certainly understand. I mean, I know that churches I've been affiliated with and been members of, when they go on a mission, I've never been on a foreign mission, been on some local stuff, but not foreign, other soil. I mean, like other countries is what I'm thinking about. But they tend to have contacts. Silas, they come in and they make their contacts. Maybe it's a local pastor of some church up in this area, and kind of work, like you said, come alongside them. I couldn't imagine just showing up and not having anything, prearranged. But then again, maybe that's just me.
I think social media is good and bad, but I feel like so many people see ministry and they see missionaries on social media and they think that they want to do that, and then they end up coming from a place of self versus a calling. And so, I don't know, I feel like not as many people take seriously what missionaries do and what a mission trip actually is, because they see the pictures of, oh, well, we went to this country and we did arts and crafts with these cute little kids,
Well, you
and
mentioned
they
arts
see the
and
fun
crafts.
of it, but they don't see the actual heart behind it.
Right.
So I think it's easily skewed, either on purpose, hopefully not as much on purpose as it is accidentally, and it does more harm than it does good.
So tell us about your backgrounds, guys, about your tribe or tribes from your family background, and whatever you'd like to say about that.
Yeah, so I come from the Navajo Nation. I come from I have a 4-clan system: Tambahan, Dotoheglini, Wathklana, and Kiaani. And so that's the Water's Edge, Water's Meet, many Hogans, and the Towering House. And so those are 4 clans that I come from, and that's my heritage, my birthright.
And you said that was mainly in New Mexico?
New Mexico,
okay.
Yeah, New Mexico, northwest corner.
I know you said you live in South Dakota now.
Yeah.
You guys work together.
Yes, yeah. So that's mainly from the northwest corner. It's considered kind of the Badlands of the Navajo res. There's not a lot of things going on.
Beautiful red rock in that area.
Beautiful red rock.
Been through there. Been through there one time in my life, but it was great.
Yeah. So we come from a farming background, a sheep herding background. That's where my people come from. And so, again, 4 years ago, a quick run through is I lost my life to drugs multiple times, up to 6 times. And the last time I died, I was in induced coma for 12 days. I had overdosed on pretty hard things. And when I came out of a coma, when I came back to reality, I knew there was a heaven, I knew there was a hell. And I knew that all the things that I worship of this world prior didn't come to save me, but Jesus did. And I said, I want to serve whoever that is that saved me. A lot
different message, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I literally didn't, when they say about resuscitation is you resuscitate someone and you go back to the same way of living. Well, I was resurrected and I could not go back to the same way of living. My whole direction changed. My whole path changed. And I couldn't run any longer. I couldn't hide any longer. You can run from God all you want, hide all you want, but He's still there no matter what. And so I did, and I went to rehab in Wyoming, gave my life to Jesus there, and I said, Lord, if you're real, use me. I read about Isaiah 6:8, Isaiah the prophet, and I'm like, when he says, here am I, send I, and I'm like, Lord, send me wherever you want me to go. I call it my foolish prayer, but I said, Lord, send me wherever you want me to go. I said, take me to the darkest places. I said, use me.
And here you are in Clanton, Alabama.
Not Clanton, Alabama, but he sent me to Pine Ridge, and again, my testimony is I had $200 in my pocket, I had my truck and everything in my life, it's besides my kids, but I had my belongings in my truck, and I sat at a closed down gas station in Pine Ridge, and I waited on the Lord, and again, in a matter of 3 years, he took me from $200 in my pocket at a gas station that wasn't running in Pine Ridge to running as an executive director of a ministry, and now we're international. So we went from Pine Ridge, our Jerusalem in Pine Ridge, following the word of God says Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the ends of the earth. And now Silas, myself, and my son, we're traveling to Panama in about 10 days. So again, when we talk about this testimony and saying, don't put God in a box, because I said, Lord, how am I supposed to reach the people of Pine Ridge? And he says, you're not supposed to. He says, they're already saved. And I'm like, I had a hard time believing, like, what do you mean they're already saved? And the Lord says, I need you to be bigger than that. Then I said, Lord, what's bigger than that? I said, First Nations of the United States, North America. And the Lord says, you're still thinking too small. I'm like, what's bigger? What more tribes? And they said, globally, there are tribes around the world that need to hear this message. And I said, okay, let's go around the world. How are we going to do that? And then we started connecting with the international leadership. And I didn't go looking for it. They came, they showed up, divine moments, encounters with people and saying, yeah, we want to take that risk with you. Let's go. And so we've had relationships with Joshua Nations. My connection is Billy Bomer, who was from there. And that's who I'm ordained under right now. And then we met Benjamin Irvine, who's with Exodus Ministries, who's another leader that really has been taking the reins and following us up in Pine Ridge as well, coming alongside and just working together. So again, it's these people who just said, yeah, we want to serve with you. And we actually want to learn from you, right? Because it's neat, the pieces of the puzzle, as Silas will say, is that we all have parts of the puzzle, right? And the body is waking up and realizing that. So it went from being a business owner, drug addict, who lost his life, lost his kids, lost his family, lost everything, went to rehab, gave his life to Christ, said, Lord, I'll go, sent me to Pine Ridge, had a very small vision. The Lord expanded that vision across the globe. And now we're here today, coming saying, hey, we're coming to you guys, right? Because something big is about to come across this nation. And we're just spreading that awareness and saying, prepare.
That's fascinating.
Yes.
How many people are on the reservation, Silas?
About like 20,000.
20,000? Okay, so it's pretty good sized place. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your background.
Okay,
a little bit more. I know you mentioned about your time as a youth and your battles with various demons, but tell us besides that, what can you tell us about you?
I'm a Oglala Lakota, the OST tribe, so Oglala, the OST tribe, but Oglala Sioux tribe, but I'm 3 different bloodlines, so I have 3 different tribes, and I'm Oglala Sioux, Cheyenne River Sioux, that's a different reservation, and they're called Mini Conju. I'm part Mini Conju, and there's the Cheyenne, Northern Cheyenne, which is in Montana, and I'm part of that tribe too. I have the same blood as I have these 3 different bloods in my bloodline. But I was born and raised on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and the Oglalas are kind of one of the main ones that fought the government and did a lot of stuff. And
I was reading about the history of it, and that's what I was telling you guys when you came in. Stuff if I knew, I'd forgotten it, but I knew about these events, so please go on.
Yeah, and well,
the Oglala, you were saying?
Yeah, the Oglala they fought against the United States. They actually won some battles, and they got the Fort Laramie Treaty, and they had the Black Hills, and they had like a big part in the middle of the United States, a big giant reservation. I would say where he's at was part of it.
Right.
It reached into Nebraska. It was big, but they broke in treaties. The U.S. government broke peace treaties, so there's a lot of treaties broken, and we actually own the Black Hills, but they broke treaties on that and went back on their word, and stuff like that happened. So there's a lot of money put away for the Black Hills. They're trying to give it to the Oglalas, but they won't accept it. They want that land back.
Right. And
And
have
so,
that and the money.
so the broken treaties and a bunch of stuff like that happened. But
So I know a little bit about the Ogalas. I mean, you were telling me, and you said you had 3. So what are the others?
the Cheyenne River,
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You did
Cheyenne
say
River
those.
Sioux,
All
which
right.
is there.
And you said that was another reservation?
Yeah, that's
Where's that
another-
at? Is that in South Dakota as well?
That's in South Dakota.
Okay.
Well, the Sioux Sioux Nation is actually pretty big, but there's a lot of bands. A lot of bands of them.
Is that what is bands? Is that the right term?
Yeah, or
Okay.
tribes.
Yeah.
Tribes are different tribe. They're all different tribes, but they're all kind of part of the same. And they were a big nation that fought a lot. And then the Cheyenne, there was probably like 4 tribes that helped defeat George Armstrong Custer.
General Custer?
General Custer, they wiped him out and stuff
About
like that.
Little Bighorn, right? Isn't that what they call that area?
Yes, and there's a lot of activists on the reservation that are kind of against the U.S. government.
Still to this day.
To this
I
day,
was going to
there's-
ask how's that going now? I mean, I know all those things you said are true.
In the 1970s, there was an occupation where they took over the Wounded Knee area, and they were actually fighting against the AIM and the goons. So in the 1970s, they were actually shooting each other. And
I remember Wounded Knee very well. There's been several things happen at Wounded Knee,
yes, and
historical events. Go ahead, though. Yes, sir.
one of the main ones that happened in Wounded Knee was there was a massacre. A lot of the Oglalas and the Cheyenne River Sioux, which was the mini Conjus, they were coming to Pine Ridge, and because of what happened over there, they told them to surrender. They put away their guns, and then I guess while they were taking away their guns, one of them shot, and then all these guys set up cavalry, and they just killed off a bunch of women and children, and what's the name? They had flags up. There was
The truce, white flags.
yeah, just massacred them.
Well, how do you guys handle things like that now in your ministry? Because I know it comes up.
Yes.
How do you handle it, though? I mean, how do you?
Well, one of the
And I hate to
things
say
is-
the word "move past it" because I don't want you to think I want to whitewash it or throw it out of our history because we can't. We're not doing. I'm not doing that.
yeah.
But how do you move? How do you move on from that?
So a lot of the natives believe that it's a white man's religion. They believe that Jesus was white and all the pictures and stuff like that. But me, I just tell them, I was like, well, the Bible came from the Middle East.
Exactly.
Jesus wasn't white. He was actually a Hebrew, a Jew, and they're kind of more of like a brown skinned, and
Exactly.
they
Right.
come from there. And just talking to them about it and telling them my testimony that, Jesus healed me, he changed me. And we got to forgive, we got to forgive the white man because that unforgiveness is destroying you guys. It doesn't destroy it. It doesn't destroy the person. You can have unforgiveness
The
towards
white
someone.
person that you're
they're not doing
picturing, or
Yeah, they're not. They're flourishing.
Yeah.
But it's destroying because you have all that stuff built up, and the reason why. Another thing we have to talk about is the spiritual aspect. This world ain't just a physical; it's a spiritual thing. There's spiritual
Amen.
things in process. There's
Yes, sir.
demons. There's angels. God is a spirit, so there is a spirit realm, and when you reject the Prince of Peace, Jesus, there's no peace in the household. So they rejected, mostly as a group, rejected Jesus. So demons, principalities are over that region right now, and there are portals opening to that. There are high places, and we have to shut those down. Lord was showing us, giving us ways how to shut these down and pray over these high places.
That's the answer. The Lord.
How to fight against these demons, and these are the demons that have power over the natives, and we're breaking those strongholds through casting out demons and destroying high places, praying over them, rebuking the devils out of there. And another thing is in our bloodline, the Lord was giving us these blueprints. Is you had to have someone from the bloodline. So me and my wife, we've been anointing every road around the reservation, and we was going, and I was releasing forgiveness for what happened to the why that happened, forgiving the white man. I was standing in the gap for my bloodline, so I was released or forgiveness, and my wife was repenting for all the things that the natives did, and all the stuff that's allowed there. So I was for forgiveness, and she was repenting, and we was declaring and decreeing that land back to God. And as we was doing all those things, it felt like something shifted in the spirit, the region. It's like the principalities that had control over that region begin to, their stronghold over that region begin to loosen.
Almost like the walls of Jericho. Yeah.
Absolutely. The parallels are just tremendous.
Yeah.
So now we're seeing.
I mean, what a
difference.
fabulous answer to my question, which I was hoping it wouldn't offend you, quite frankly, that I even ask it. But how do you? And I don't want to, like I said, I don't mean to wash over it or like it didn't happen. Of course it happened. I'm not talking about that. But now that it's happened, what do you do next? And so you were just giving a tremendous answer about how you're doing that, how you're trying to put that, I guess, if you can put it behind you, that's just what you're trying to do. And it's tremendous answer.
Is it hard for y'all not to get frustrated? Because you can, like, the people that you're trying to minister to, it's so hard for me whenever I'm trying to explain, like, the peace that comes from Jesus, and I know, like, just the stronghold that they feel under. Is that hard for y'all too?
Being able to relate Christ to the people, right? And a lot of things that hasn't been said is, if you don't know about this, is that Native Americans, we have to have a census number, right? So we belong to a tribe. Well, even in the Word, it tells about Jesus having to get a census number, okay? And the relation to us, hey, we can relate to Jesus, and realizing that Jesus was a tribal member, okay? Facts. And that Jesus was chased from his homeland. Yeah. Many of us were also chased from our homeland. Where we're on reservations today is not our original home.
Right. Actually, that was the whole reservation was just a general area where lots of different
being able
bands and tribes would come to.
So our for me, the direction it has been is showing people that this Word of God is written by tribal members. It's been written by tribes throughout history. It's tribes that were going against tribes feuding with one another. And the recent word has come was from Ezekiel 37:15. It talks about the joining together of the two sticks. Well, the two sticks is really neat how it talks about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Well, the northern tribes and the southern tribes, right? And the relation to that is really neat how the Lord spoke to Silas and myself is he's from the northern tribes and I'm from the southern tribes. And now we're joining together and saying, hey, we got to go out, right? And the relation to that is why was Ezekiel 37:15 so important? And Ezekiel was talking about Israel and how it was overtaken by the Assyrians 150 years prior. And you look at the history of that and you go to 2 Kings 17 where it talks about that. And it says, why did the people become defeated by the Assyrians? Is because they feared other gods. And you heard in this conversation about how First Nations, we fear other gods. We allowed other things to come in. And God says, even if they seen God as creator or God as the ultimate highest spirit there is, they replaced God with other things and they started using flesh as the answer. Okay. And so we have a defeat happen. Okay. This is 2 Kings 17, 2,000 years prior. So you look at these things 2,000 years from now, 2,000, probably more than 2,000, but you take this to the people and say, look, this is the blueprint that's been defeating us. So what happened to us in the 1800s is nothing new. Yeah. As King Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. It's just a repetitive thing, but showing them, look, the tribal members, 2 Kings 17, they were also assimilated. They were taken from their homeland and put in different areas and the dilution of the bloodline. And you look at it now, what happened to us? We were moved from our homelands, relocated, assimilated, then our bloodline started becoming diluted. Okay, the same plan the enemy has been using to conquer regions all along, but the regions have all fallen short to the glory of God because they feared other gods. And the first commandment is right. God, you serve God and only God and fear only God. No one else, right? So it's really neat breaking this down and saying this. Look at this from a tribal perspective. Open the Bible and say, this is coming from a tribal point of view. It's speaking to us.
Yeah.
The Lord is speaking to all of us. Check this out.
I bet that makes it easier to explain the word being a living word to them.
Yes. For them, for us, like what we're doing, because I know for Silas and myself, we're not going to step out that door unless God is with us.
Yeah.
Everything, every bit of our story, every bit of things we're doing, it lines up with the Word of God. And that's what we share with missionaries, teams, stuff like that, is what you want to do. I said, does that line up with the Word? Because if it doesn't, we're not part of that, because that's not of God.
Yeah.
God won't lead you astray and have you do randomized things that don't line up with the Word.
That's right.
Right? It don't contradict itself. Right?
And even when y'all are gone, your people after you will be able to look at the Word and know that you are following it, and it'll align with what they're doing in the future.
Yes.
So.
Exactly. So breaking generational curses, right? So my children won't see divorce. My children won't see adultery. My children won't see addiction, because it's addressing those bloodline curses now. It's being delivered of those things now and saying, kids, you've seen Dad where he was at, and this doesn't apply to you. You're going to be greater than me. Actually, I want you to be better than me, and I desire that.
I know I saw something online might have been about a week ago now, and it said, your prayers don't expire. And it's talking about your grandmother's prayers, your mom's prayers, all the ones before you, they don't expire. And I think we forget that because you feel like, or I know I have.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, like
idea
you
of
feel like
something
you're without
expiring.
prayers, like you don't really have a community, but none of the prayers that have been prayed for you have ever expired.
No.
So.
And that's what carries us.
Yeah.
If anything, that's what we bring here and request is keep us in prayer. Remember us. Anybody who's listening, remember us and saying that, hey, we just need prayer. We just need that covering, because that's what has carried us through this entire walk that we've had.
Same here.
Yes.
So we're not that different.
No.
At all.
Not at all.
Well, guys, it's been fascinating. You notice that we went to no breaks, no commercials. It was just too good to leave.
Yeah.
And so, but it is time to end the show today. Okay. But we can't thank you enough for coming by, and whatever made you knock on the door yesterday, I'm so glad you did, and so glad to meet you guys and to hear your story and stories, I should say. But the way you handle yourselves, that's why people greet you the way that they do. Yeah. They could see that in your countenance. I could go somewhere and somebody could look at me, although I don't know that they actually would, and feel threatened. But it's just the way you handle yourself. I believe. And you said you don't go alone. Right. You didn't come down here. You're not come down here to tell us what to do. Right. You tell us what happened to you guys. And what God has done for you in your lives. And it's really exciting to know that there are guys like you out there who are doing things a little differently than I do it, but so what? We're all working for the same mission. Yes. And like I say, it's fine with me, and I'm really glad that you came by today. Yeah, it's been our honor to have hosted you. So. Exactly.
Y'all are definitely being a light.
And I do pray a lot where I say something to the effect of, I pray that someone sees Jesus in me through my actions today. Whatever it is, holding the door, whatever it is, just in the small things, right? It's not just huge, big events, but the small things. Yeah. But I just want to say thanks again for coming, and wish you guys the best, and I feel like we've made a couple good friends. Yeah. Taylor, take us out of here.
Well, goodbye to our friends. We have amazing people that you know. Michael Gomez, Carson McKay. Do you know him?
Oh, yeah.
Are they listening?
We have new friends in the comments, too. So goodbye.
How about that?
Thank you for tuning in. We have YouTube friends that are going to be seeing this. So, y'all have a great day, and we will see y'all tomorrow. It'll be Dollar Bill, and will it be you tomorrow?
No, not me. Bucky is coming out of semi-retirement.
2 good ones tomorrow.
That's
y'all
right.
Have a great day.